Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Boardsy, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the XM1R. And no, I will not be reviewing the XM1's like shape and size for the 50th time. Those aspects remain unchanged and they're still like top of the line. In this video, I'm mainly going to be focusing on the R aspect. We don't know what that word means. Could be revised, could be refined. Hopefully it's not racist. That would be tragic. But I'm just going to be going over the changes that they've made and how they've made the XM1 even better. First, I'm going to talk about probably the main change. They use Kale 8.0 switches as opposed to the old Omron 50Ms. And these clicks are really good. You guys know that I love when companies use aftermarket switches in mice, and Endgame has started to make that like the norm for their own products, and it just provides such a better click feeling and experience than any Omrons. If you've only tried Omron at 20Ms and 50Ms, this is just like a step up. It's a click that takes a bit more to actuate than most, but it's really satisfying and it is extremely tactile. It feels like a mix between Kale 4.0s, the red ones, and like an Omron 50M. And these switches are not heavy. Like I've never had a problem like pressing them down. And they're good for spam clicking as well. It's just you're not going to be getting any accidental presses. And I feel like a click does need to be at least like it needs to require like a certain bit of actuation force to really give you like a satisfying amount of tactility. So overall, I'm really happy with the main switches and what they've done. Zero quality issues whatsoever, like no fucking side play, no post travel. All around on this mouse. Like the quality is still fucking top notch. What I'm expecting from an endgame mouse. Now I'm going to talk about the coding because they did say it was inspired, or not the coding, but the colorway rather. They said it was inspired by the translucent design of the Kale 8.0 switches, and I think this mouse just looks fucking funny. The mouse is going to be available in black and white like the old XM1. Then it's going to be available in this dark frost color, and it's also going to be available in another black colorway that's glossy. I'll pull up the glossy one just to show what that looks like. Fucking Loki, wish I got that one. So yeah, I just ripped this picture from the reviewer's guide because I couldn't find any online. And apparently it also has a new glossy coating. I'm just really interested in this mouse. Might buy it once it's available like worldwide, which brings me to my next point. This mouse is not available in America yet. They said expect like January 2021 for like worldwide availability. So do keep that in mind. But this glossy coating does look cool. However, I will not be able to tell you if it is good or not. However, this coating, this matte one that is on the dark Frost edition is the same as the coating on the XM1 V2, which is a fucking godsend thing. I really did not want Endgame messing with their coating because they basically like had perfection, so why would you fuck with that? So the coating's like perfect, very grippy, not an issue for sweaty hands whatsoever, and overall just very impressive. But talking about this colorway, it's not like fully transparent, but you can kind of see through the shell if you have like a light shining through, but not really. And the sides just don't even look like what's up with the sides. The colorway is really weird, but I don't care too much about the colorway because when the mouse is in my hand, it just looks black. But that is just something to note. Also, the logo color changes from black to a gold on the black and white editions. The cable. They said that they like basically deproved the cable, making it like a bit stiffer and having like thicker shielding, but the cable still seems to be really top notch. Unfortunately, I don't have my XM1 V2 stock cable, but you can see from the testing I'm doing that this cable is extremely soft and flexible. But real shit, this is like a perfectly fine cable in a bungee. You cannot tell it's there. And I'm like in your hands, it feels like a bit stiff. But then when you actually do like flexibility tests and use it when it's in a bungee, it's fucking perfectly fine. So still, once again, very impressed with the cable. And even with the changes they've made, this is still a top tier cable. When I first read the reviewer's guide, I was like, oh no, they fucking killed the XM1's cable. But they absolutely did not kill the cable. It is still, like I said, top tier. This next change, it did really catch me off guard, but it is way more minor. The scroll wheel click basically takes nothing to activate. It's by far the lightest scroll wheel click I've ever felt on a mouse. And obviously, this isn't causing me any problems. But if you use scroll wheel click a lot and you're used to heavier feeling ones, this is gonna really fucking catch you off guard. Maybe they should add a bit more resistance, but I don't know. Who the fuck uses scroll wheel click aside from like pinging in games? The side buttons, they are gonna be changed on the mice that get sold, like retail, but they aren't going to be changed on my copy. So it's really awkward. I don't even know what to say about them. They feel a bit better quality. Maybe it's just because I haven't used them as much compared to my XM1 V2. But that's really all I'm going to say. Apparently, these switches are updated and feel nicer on like the actual retail copies. Build quality, I'm just going to quickly go over this. It's an Endgame mouse. It is built extremely well. Coming in at 70 grams, I mean, it's a weight that many people are comfortable with. Basically, this is the perfect Zowie mouse. That's how I describe the XM1. But now the XM1R is even fucking better than that. So it's like the perfect squared Zowie mouse, if you get what I'm going at. Now, next thing, maybe one of the last changes is the feet. They now have this hybrid design where you can either put like the XM1 RGB Zowie style feet, or you can put their four like feet in the corners. The mouse comes with the four corner feet, but I took those off and replaced it with the XM1 RGB feet. I just feel like the glide is way better. They also added this foot fucking around the sensor. I don't think it really does anything. These are nice, like pretty thick stock feet. I don't think they're 100% PTFE, but honestly, the glide is fucking fine. Nerding out about mouse feet is really just not my thing. And the last change actually comes in the form of a different sensor. This mouse now uses a 3370 as opposed to a 3389. They also said that they reworked the firmware so the mouse would have like the minimal amounts of input lag. And I'm not gonna lie, I cannot notice this in actual use. I've been using for the past few days, that's why this review is delayed. I've just been using the XM1 V2 and the XM1R, like swapping them out after I die and trying to see like, can I notice any difference? And I really cannot. I'm not doubting that the differences are like technically there, but they're nothing that I can notice in real use. Um, but I do know that switching to a 3370 is going to make it a lot easier for this mouse to go wireless. So XM1 wireless coming soon. And that would actually be fucking nuts. If Endgame releases a wireless mouse for under 100 with aftermarket switches, like good feet, it'll actually change up the mouse game 100 emoji. And probably my favorite thing about this mouse is it's not going to cost like any more money than normal. It's basically just replacing the XM1 V2 as their flagship mouse. And with all of those upgrades, literally like name one thing that is not to love about this mouse. Name one. You can't. Everything about this mouse is extremely lovable. But like all jokes aside, this is probably one of, if not the best value on the market. And if you have medium to large hands and play claw, this mouse is going to be a blessing. I can just fucking promise you that. It's a shame it is not available right now, but I will leave links in the description. I'll like update them as this mouse becomes more available. Fucking boardsy seal of approval stamped all over this mouse. Literally like fucking nearly perfect wired mouse. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Happy Christmas Eve. I'll upload a mouse tier list tomorrow on Christmas. So yeah, peace out everybody. Thank you for all of the support, and XM1R fucking sick mouse.